G'day everyone, Jason Nunn, Fisherman's Warehouse Marine, Sweet Street at Warners Bay, your Newcastle Honda marine dealer. Thursday afternoon, guys, back at Pelican, nice place to be. And the first thunderstorm has gone through, so Josh and I thought it was time to get out there. The lightning bolts had subsided. Not a lot of rain down this way, and probably more rain up at Warners Bay. This is what's going to happen over the next few days. We've got a southerly coming through. It's a little bit south here now, not much, probably only about 10 knots, maybe 12. But tomorrow morning, around about 20 knots of southerly, with rain into it all. Saturday's still that southeast onshore winds. Sunday's a real variant in winds. It's just all over the place with 28-degree days, so it's not too bad with thunderstorms and then more showers into Monday. So it's all up and down at the present moment. Give you a bit of an update on what happened last Sunday. We got an opportunity to get out to the shelf. Everyone had been out there the last few months, but it just wasn't our time. The bait out on the shelf is unbelievable. Best water temp we could find was around about 22.3, but top to bottom bait, if you're in 85, 90 fathoms, it was virtually top to bottom. There was just so much bait. Went right up to the car park. A few of the guys fishing out of the bay were very successful. I think one got 4 from 5. There was a few others that got a couple amongst them. But mid-canyon south was a little bit quiet. It just didn't seem to have the same, fish build up, but just too much bait and not enough fish. Even at the end of the day, there were football fields of slimies rippling all on the surface, all those little pencil guys, but just no marlin amongst them. So they'll probably spoil it for choice of bait, but significant amounts of bait at the moment. So once the marlin and all the dolphin fish start to turn up, it will just be incredible. Even out about 250 fathoms, lots of bird life, lots of dolphins, no yellowfin. We had a bit of a look there, but looked encouraging. So hopefully over the next few weeks, we'll see that improve off our part of the coastline. So things are looking up, that is for sure. If you're going to fish back in on the farm, tough conditions. A couple of good mates of ours, Mr. Riley and Mr. Manderson there, had a fish there last Sunday as well. I went past them in the morning, struggled. Half a dozen squire, to say the least, just small reds. I was talking on the radio, seeing lots of bait on the bottom, lots of fish on the bottom as well, but just were not biting at all. So possibly it might have been a bit cooler on the bottom, but it was just a tough session for those guys. However, something encouraging on the inshore situation. Got a good text message on Monday from one of our good mates, Jason Smith. Went down south, and we've been talking about a few trag now on the inshore. A couple of drifts. I think it was just one big long drift for Jace. Bagged out on trag. Fish 45 to 55 centimetres in length. So some really nice trag now getting on the inshore fishery. Yeah, there's a sprinkling of squire and that out there. I can understand that. But really, really good to see trag already on these inshore reefs. And that can only get better from here, of course. On the beaches, yeah, odd salmon, but now starting to see a few whiting. And I tell you what, guys, there is a lot of people fishing up between Granny's Hole and the breakwater at the moment for whiting. Very, very crowded. So if you're going to get up there, you want to try to book a spot. I've got to tell you, the prawn run wasn't too bad. I have to be honest, 30 years ago, when we seen these November runs, you could walk boat to boat from one side of the channel to the other. Nowadays, no one just seems to be doing much prawning at all. Kilo and a half, 2 kilos. Some guys got a little bit more, but nice sized prawns nonetheless, but just no one doing it. That's really quite surprising. Possibly we went up to the Mile Lakes over the last month and just sort of had their fill of prawns, but it did G everything up. So really nice flathead in the system at the present. And I think on the weekend with those tides, of course, you've got a 10 o'clock high tide on Saturday, around about 1.8, so it's not a bad tide. And the low tide in the afternoon, that'll be around about 10 to 5. So it's a really, really good fishing opportunity Saturday morning and Sunday morning in the channel here for the last of that run out tide on the very last of the November prawn run. So there will be flathead in the system. I still think those pumpkin seed style lures, slow rolling, just rolling them through some of the flats over here on the islands and all that sort of stuff will be absolutely perfect. There's some really good whiting fishing on the flats. I seen a bit of a post from Brent down at New Age. If you want to get some tube worms, book them in because they're getting very, very popular. And remember, the guys down at New Age are the only ones that have got tube worms. I'm getting calls from people that I knew back at Marks Point saying the same thing. We're going to get tubes. Brent is the only one that's got them. So give him a ring and book him in. But that is what's working. No doubt that's what's working on the breakwater. But you're going to start to see a lot of bream in the system, and in particular, that Salts Bay area. Trevally, bream, whiting of course on the flats, but that build up of flathead right through the system. There's a few kings around. I know my good mate Andrew was out there the other day. He got a very nice king and a good start to the season. Live squid, probably seaward side of the bridge on the weekend, and definitely up around the drop over. Just got to get there early, guys, or late in the afternoon. But there's some really nice squid on the back of that prawn run, and that gives everyone the opportunity to start now chasing some mulloway now that we're coming out of the dark cycle, going through that next new moon process. So things looking very, very good. A few little reds in the lake, and surprisingly enough, I've seen a post today from Jack Sides, a good mate of ours. Some big tailor, 70 centimetre tailor. So obviously that's a good thing with the fishing competition in the lake this weekend for the Lake Macquarie Let's Go Fishing Mac thing, I think it is. I didn't get too much exposure on it, but that's what I think's happening. Josh is nodding. That's what's happening. So all in all, guys, looks like a great weekend estuary-wise. I don't think it's going to be so great offshore, although Sunday presents itself as a pretty good opportunity with those variable winds, but you will get a thunderstorm. Drag inshore, a lot of bait offshore, but I think it's all here. Bream, whiting, flathead, and the possibility of one of those big tailor. You've got to enjoy it. See you next week.